Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It is 2024. This is the officially unofficial geek channel, Spoilertastic weekly comic review. I told y'all I'd be back, and I am back. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let me tell you, I'm excited to be back. Honestly, I've been keeping up to date. Like I told you guys, I was going to be keeping up to date, and I have done so. Um, I have a little bit, teensy bit of a backlog, just about like just small one. But this week's comics, believe me, I am ready to go. I did have kind of a light week for the beginning of January. So I'm just going to be real with you guys. It is going to be a quick video. But first, how y'all doing? Took a little time off at the end of the year, doing a little bit of here and there. You've got some Doctor Who videos on the channel. You've got a little bit here and there action going on. Um, but I am back where it counts, and here I am, guys. Let me tell you something. I've kind of missed it. I've definitely missed it. I have to say it took me going ahead and taking a little bit of some time off to really be like, okay, y'all, this is where I need to be. This is what I need to be doing. Um, into that end, I want to mention that in the channel bio, you're going to see links, and there's going to be a link tree there. I want you guys to check out my links, because it's going to give you, and I'm always going to be updating that here and there. It's going to give you all the information about where you can find all of my projects. Because officially unofficial geek, the channel here is just a portion of what I'm doing here, and what I plan to accomplish in the next year. So just want to give you guys that idea. Jump in there, check that out. And obviously, anytime something's going to happen, we're going to talk about it here on the channel. So, you know, stay tuned. 2024, want to do some great things here in 2024. Um, but anyways, guys, let's go ahead. Let's get into the comics here, because that's why you're really here. That's why you're here to watch my video. And let me tell you, as always, this is Spoilertastic Weekly Comic Review, and you guys know what that means. And if you're not, if you don't know what that means you're probably new here. So let me go ahead and tell you in case you're new here. Spoilertastic basically means that while I try to keep the spoilers down to a minimum, there may be some spoiler action um, here and there within these reviews. And like I said, I try to keep that down to a small little minimum. Um, but let's first get into the first comic. Away we go. The first comic I want to talk about, actually, I want to kind of do a shout out to my comic supplier, my LCS Comic Carnival here in Indianapolis off of Keystone. There was a situation where I switched comic book shops around the beginning of October, I think it was. Somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. And oh man, guys, that was rough, because there was some stuff that kind of there was one comic in particular that I thought that I was going to have to special order. I was potentially going to miss out on, and I really really wanted to read it, and it was an indie book. And let me tell you, this shop really just recently got this ordered from me. The first issue, second one is on the way, the third one's coming out soon. I'm going to be right on track with this one, and I'm really excited. And that is this little indie book called Riot Girl or Rebel Girls. I said Riot Girls because Okay, so Riot Girls is kind of a music and art feminist, third wave feminism um, movement that happened back in the early 90s to mid 90s to late 90s, kind of headed by the idea of women taking more of an active role in music, art, all that stuff. It was a feminist type of movement. And when I say third party feminism, there are different levels of third party, um, third wave feminism. There are different time periods of feminism. And this is something that you can all research in your own time. And I am a self proclaimed feminist, and I have a special connection with um, sex positive, inclusive feminism, and so much that I have it tattooed on me. My tattoo actually does not say Rebel Girls; it says Riot Girl, um, because the name for the movement was the Riot Girl movement, and this comic here, Rebel Girls, is kind of born with that as an influence. And there's actually a cover that I want really bad for this first issue. Just and if I ever get it, you're gonna see it on my set, because it's gonna have a place of prominence. And there's this cover, has like the main girl, and has her back, and her back is bare, and it says, "Ask me about my um, Riot Girl agenda." Um, and I got this book. Thank you, Comic Carnival, Keystone, off of Keystone, Indianapolis, Indiana. Those people know their shit. I've been having a lot of fun getting into conversations with the people that go there, and the people that work there. So right on, they got me that book. This is a book that came out actually in October. Um, like I said, the switch over between the two different comic book shops for me, um, I ended up missing this one initially, and they scored this one for me. And like I got an email pretty recently, and they communicate with me via email. It's pretty easy, and they're like, yeah, we were able to get Rebel Girls one for you. We've got number two on the way. So thank you very much again, Comic Carnival. Basically, what happens is this is one of those Devil Went Down to Georgia kind of stories, except it's actually more like the devil went down to Alabama. So these three girls have this band that they put together called I don't even remember what the name of it is, but they put together this band because they all share this desire to make music and be feminists and be badass women um, together. And the devil has decided to use them to try to bring about the apocalypse. And they don't know it yet. At the end of this issue, they are unaware, but things are really weird going on around them, and things are definitely looking very odd. And it's definitely a lot of fun. I can't wait to get that second issue so I can continue the story. But these Riot Girl, um, Riot Girl members, band members um, from Northern Alabama, we salute you. In fact, it was really great in the issue. They had a ladies to the front moment. If you are familiar with the Riot Girl Revolution of the early 90s, and Bikini Kill, Kathleen Hanna, we salute you. Um, she is the lead singer of Bikini Kill, and she and others coined the term "girls to the front," which basically means if you're unfamiliar, is the idea of getting women to come out from behind the mess of men in the mosh pit to the front so that they can mosh and they can enjoy the music without having to deal with a bunch of tall, sweaty guys in front of them. Because the music was more subject matter and what have you was more attuned to their needs and their wants and their desires. It didn't mean that men couldn't enjoy it. Believe me, I know plenty of guys that enjoy Bikini Kill, um, but it was definitely one of those things that they were like, girls to the front. If you are at all interested about the punk grunge riot girl movement, please check out the book Girls to the Front, and it talks about the history involving the riot girl revolution. Things that Carrie geeks out about. Grunge punk music, particularly the riot girl revolution, Doctor Who, and comics, gaming, tabletop gaming specifically. We could come up with more later, but yeah, music, comics, Doctor Who, and tabletop gaming. Yes. Those are things that in particular come to mind when I think of things that I geek about, that I geek out about, definitely. But I'm so excited that I got this book. Thank you so much to my LCS. Again, we salute you. I've never done that before. That felt good though. The whole we salute you part. You know, maybe I'll keep that. New things in 2024, y'all. Anyways, I've now spent around 10 minutes talking about Rebel Girls #1 and my LCS. I will move on. Anyways, these are going to be in no particular order this week because it's such a light week, guys. We don't even have the top 3 anymore. It's not that I'm abandoning the concept of the top 3. It's just like literally we have, besides Rebel Girls here that I just talked about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books to talk about. Yeah, I told you it was going to be quick. Special little one shot here. Marvel Meow. This is, I know what y'all are thinking, but this is a thick book for its money, and it's $5.99. Marvel Meow, and the written and drawn by Nao Fuji. I may be mispronouncing the first name, and if I am, I apologize. But come on, guys. I am an easy mark. Okay? Cats. Easy mark for anything with cute fucking cats. Okay? So Marvel Meow is this little storybook kind of a situation. Not really much of a cohesive story throughout. It's just like little tidbits, and it's really cute. If you're having a sad day and you like cats, pick this up. It'll help every time. I'm sure of it. Lots of fun. It's basically everybody's cats and Loki as a cat. Next book we're going to talk about, and we'll have a little bit more to say about this one, is the conclusion of the arc of Dead Flowers, Vampirella Dead Flowers by Frazetta, Freeman, and Locatelli. This is from Dynamite #4. This is the end of this arc. I'm assuming based on the way it was written. I'm unsure if it's officially the end of an arc or what have you. I'm hoping we get more because it definitely set itself up for something really interesting. I am definitely very tickled pink throughout the whole process of Vampirella Dead Flowers to have Sarah Frazetta working on this book, writing and doing the artistry. And this is Sarah Frazetta cover as well. Due to the fact that her father, Frank Frazetta, had so much to do with some of the original Vampirella stuff. Now, it's funny I should mention Frank Frazetta because he does get mentioned in here. I'm not going to tell you any more about that, but Frank Frazetta is mentioned in here quite extensively near the end of this book. In a really like interesting but kind of like it's like if something that's kind of creepy can give you a warm fuzzy feeling, and make you feel kind of like, hey, this is really sweet and cute. It's definitely this book, especially the second half of the story, basically mentioned as the epilogue. But I want to tell you something. What I've really enjoyed about Vampirella, Dead Flowers, is that when I'm reading it, and this is one of those things that I've said is the sign of a good story, a good cohesive, a good story just overall, is when you get to the end of an issue and you think you haven't read enough. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when you're sitting there and you're reading the issue and you end up wishing there was more. Yeah, that's basically the easiest way to put it. You end up wishing there was more to the issue than what you had there in the first place. So, this was pretty awesome. It ends the story, Hattie, and the family that's there, and they end up defeating the big bad. Everything goes right together. Vampirella goes on her way, and it's really worth watching or reading how they get there. Um, and I wish there was more. I can't think of a better way to talk about an issue like that without saying I wish there was more. But anyways, let's move on to, well, we got there next. We got my 3DC for the rest of the books is 3DC books. But first of all, we're going to talk about Birds of Prey number 5. We're still on Themyscira, but that's okay because the story is not finished on Themyscira. And let me tell you something. They changed the artists on this one. Okay, the cover is still Leonardo Romero, and it looks like that coloring is still done by Jordi Belair, and it looks. At first, I was taken aback by it, but now I like it. I like it. I like the retro feel of that, and it's on the cover still, but in the middle of the book, it's different. It's a different artist in the middle of the book, and I kind of like while that art by Dayon is of course the writer is Kelly Thompson. The art by Dayon was very good. I kind of missed the Leonardo Romero and Jody Belair coloring on the interior, but we are running right along. We're still fighting on Themyscira. We're still getting all that situated. Um, that's another one. I really want to keep going, and it ends. Yeah, we had that a lot this week. Let's talk about Poison Ivy, folks. Poison Ivy number 18. We have Wilson, Vecchio, and Prianto on this book, and that cover, the cover A, has been done expertly since the beginning of the Wilson run. Excuse me. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this out there. It's Jessica Fawn, expertly doing the cover A since the beginning of this run. I don't know why my throat is so dry right now. And I'm back. And I'm back. Okay, so the roosters are coming home to roost in regards to everything that Poison Ivy has been doing for the entire run. And now, um, in a huge way, repercussions are occurring, and the repercussions are such, um, in a way that it causes Poison Ivy to have to reach out to someone that she never wanted to talk to if she could get away with it ever. Okay, ever. Um, and yeah, um, some really interesting stuff going on. Don't want to give too much away, but what I really love is that we're getting a situation where even though Poison Ivy is ongoing at this point, it is a monthly title. It has been a monthly title for a while now. Um, that we're starting to see where Wilson has gotten the opportunity to expand on her original idea, um, and bring it to a place where everything is coming full circle. And I'm hoping that is just her closing down a storyline, um, or finding a way to continue it, as I am really digging reading a Poison Ivy story ongoing, because I'm pretty sure, like, somebody check the records here, but I don't think we've ever had before, um G. Willow Wilson's Poison Ivy run. We haven't had an ongoing Poison Ivy story. Had miniseries or and appearances and arcs that centered around her in other comics, but I don't think we've ever had an ongoing series featuring Dr. Pamela Isley. I might be wrong, but I might be right. Huh. Let me know in the comments if I am wrong or if I am correct. Please do that for me. Thank you. We're going to talk about the last book. And guys, I know I didn't do a top 3, but this right here. This right here is top 3 material. Batman number 141, Zdarsky Jimenez, back on the art, man, baby, back on the arts. Jorge Jimenez doing that Batman thing he do. Yeah. Uh-huh. And Maury as well on those colors. Let me tell you, we are ramping up here. Ramping up here. We have the return of Failsafe, guys. I don't want to give too much away for this because this book is a read and it is well worth it. Zdarsky, people have given him some mixed reviews in regards to his Batman run, but I gotta tell you, man, I have been really into it for all the times that you hear people talking about how there's tropes and everything like that. Don't discount tropes automatically. I urge you all, do not discount something that seems like a trope, because here's the point of tropes. Tropes are tropes because they have worked repeatedly in the past. Now, the thing you've got to do with tropes is you have to actually find the place where you can put your own spin on the trope. And Chip Zdarsky has been doing that, in my humble opinion. And to see Jorge Jimenez back on that art, oh, magnifique. Thank you, good sir. I don't know, man. You and Dan Mora Jorge Jimenez will never watch this, but you, good sir, and Dan Mora, woo, you guys can draw a Batman. Let me tell you something. Yeah, yeah, him and Dan Mora. Um, oh, and of course, my favorite, Sean Gordon Murphy. Y'all can draw a Batman. Y'all can, y'all can draw a Batman. Like nobody drawing Batman. Simone DeMeo is pretty cool too. I mean, like, but 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 seriously, those three, maybe if you had to add a fourth, Simone DeMeo, because I was really enjoying the way the Batman and Robin stuff was looking last month. Whoo, man, that was some pretty good stuff too. But Jorge Jimenez coming back on this artwork, can you please stick around for a while, man? Please, please. One of the better Batman artists that have been on Batman in a while is Jorge Jimenez. Dan Mora, when I got back into comics again, was doing Detective Comics, and that was pretty righteous as well. So, and Dan Mora, I believe, is doing World's Finest right now. So that was also pretty cool. So, anyways, this story, what it does well is takes the trope and puts spins on it, and puts different spins on it, and keeps it going. And just when you it just when you think, oh, you know, shit is going to start getting stale, then they bring in a new twist, and you can tell that the man is definitely having some fun writing this book. At least I hope so, because it definitely looks like Chip Zdarsky is having some fun writing this book. Um, and I hope he is. I hope he really is, because it's looking good right now. I'm constantly a fan of the Batman book, constantly, every month since he's been doing it. So right on, sir. And I got to tell you something about DC in general. DC in general has been doing some really great shit involving continuity. Where I read last month's Green Arrow recently, and like it was like everything was there, everything going on everywhere in the DCU was bing 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 boom, all of it there, all of it present and accounted for. That's another run. If you're not reading Green Arrow right now, tisk 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 tisk. I hope you guys missed me. I really do. Because I'm back. Yeah, guys, that was it. That is all the comics that I read this week. Actually, I have read more comics than that, but those are the recently released comics I read this week. Thank you. Um, but yeah, that's about it. Anyways, guys, like I said, check out the bio for the channel. Check out that link tree. See everything I've got my hands in. Check out my Instagram. Check out the Vocal Media page. I'm going to start writing again in that hopefully very soon. Also, let's see here. Buy my book. I wrote a book of poetry. Actually, it's my third book of poetry. I wrote it all myself. This third book of poetry actually got edited by my sister. My older sister is an editing goddess, and she edited that book. And let me tell you, um, if she claims she made changes, she insists she made changes, but they're so smooth and they work so well. I I can't I there's very few of them that I can actually find that I know were changes. Um, so if you happen to need an editor, let me know. I can shoot you her information. But anyways, guys, that's about it for the weekly comic review. Let's get spoilertastic. Let's keep on getting spoilertastic throughout 2024, please. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, do it. Do it. What I want to do is I've got big dreams for 2024 and beyond. Support the channel, support me. I'm so excited. This is gonna. I'm gonna do everything I can to make that happen for me. Um, and it all starts with this wonderful audience. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all had a great Christmas holiday season, um, Hanukkah, um, all that stuff, right? I hope you're having a good new year. I'm hoping everything is finding you well, happy, healthy, and well fed and hydrated. You gotta be hydrated as well. Um, Other than that, we're going to wrap things up for this. I'll be back next week. You know the drill. Um, so until next time, keep your eyes and ears open. Remember, if you see something, say something. And remember, the complacent never make a difference. So go out there and make a difference, y'all. I'll be seeing ya. Bye.